I've only gone and finished The Well of Ascension. Finally. The ending, I will attest, fantastic. I was pleasantly surprised by the ending. But that does not change the fact that this is the definition of a bloated sequel. You could remove about 200 pages worth of meandering and get an even better book out of this. Like, it's very much in the shadow of the first one. Low key, that ending has like restored my excitement for book three, which of course I'm gonna get into straight away because that was a real cliffhanger. Spoilers from this point onwards, because we're gonna summarize the last 200 pages or so. A lot of what happened leading up to the ending I felt was a bit anticlimactic. So we found out who the spy was, finally, and it was clever, but we'd also waited so long that I was over it. Like, I didn't even care at that point. It just turned out that instead of it being Orisa from the beginning, it was Tensoon. Like, it was the Kandra, it was the dog. Sure. Zane died in a really underwhelming, like, knife to the throat. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring him back because it was very just like, who cares? Oh, and Strafe's death was really underwhelming too. I don't know why all the villains in this are such pushovers. I guess it was building up to this new evil presence that's been let free from the Well of Ascension. I guess that's now the big baddie. But am I going to be surprised if she ends up beating it by the end of book three? Probably not. And it was very much the same with the Colossus as well. We had like this big army of these big blue brutes that were going to destroy the city and kill everyone, only for it Vin to like do like a Duralumin soothe, and it was like, oh, she controls them now. Okay, like, was that it? Really? And after my girl Tindwyl died, one of my favourite characters, love the Terrace Men. I'm really hoping that there is a future book that focuses on a main character who practices Farukami instead of Allomancy, because Farukami seems so much cooler. Like, if you were picking one, that's the one you do. Oh, and then Elend nearly died, but then she saved his life by turning him into a Mistborn with like the nuggets by the Well of Ascension. Didn't love that. I was very happy with Elend dying at the end of this book, so a bit annoyed that he's still there because I don't love his character. I'm really praying that the Hero of Ages manages to pace events better and doesn't have this same very boring slow burn. I also need way more outspoken female characters. I realised the other day there's only 3 women in this book. Like, what's that about?